Hello, welcome to Blindpomegranatetarot. I am Christine, and if you are new here, welcome. It's very nice to meet you. Why don't you take a second and subscribe? We'll sit here, we'll wait, and no worries, take your time. I'll talk to everybody. Hey, everyone that's returning, how have you been? What you been up to? I tell you what, it's been really busy, crazy at my house. How's it been at yours? Leave me a comment, let me know. Leave me an emoji. Oh, you're back, okay. So, thank you very much for subscribing. So what are we doing today? Today, we are doing a follow-up to our Coffee Talk Tuesday, in which I told everybody what I do with my tarot cards, how I use them, and how you can kind of start if you want to, and how that all works, and the different kinds of cards that I used. And while talking in our Coffee Talk Tuesday, I kind of got the inspiration to do an energy check-in. We're going to do an energy check-in with your higher self. So when I did my meditation download, I've been meditating for about 25 years now, so it comes much more easily for me, but that's what happens with practice, right? So I asked for information from your higher self about your energy and maybe what's coming your way, or what's blocking your energy, or what's going right with your energy and how you can get more of that. And we'll see what your higher self has to say. So that's what we're doing today. So this should be very interesting, and I'm hoping very, very helpful to everyone. So we have 4 piles today, and let's start at the beginning. Pile 1, you have a hematite. This was a gift from a friend. I love it. It's very shiny and it's so heavy. It's just a very heavy metal. And then we have celestite. Very pretty celestite sort of cluster. On pile 2. On pile 3, we have an agate. Now, I don't know what type this is. This was a gift from a friend as well, but I think it's really cool because it's got, like, I don't know, maybe the rough part of the rock and then crystal, and it's got a little eye in it. I love that one. It has a really amazing energy to it. It's very smooth, but kind of rough at the same time. I love that one. And then we have a pyrite on pile 4. Sort of sparkly, also known as fool's gold. That's one of my favorites. So that's pile 4. So how do we choose? If you're new to pick a card, you can never choose wrong. You really can't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you kind of figure out which one is right for you. Okay? So maybe you can see auras. Maybe you see an aura on one of these decks. Maybe the number 1, 2, 3, or 4 resonates for you. Down below you'll see timestamps. Maybe the timestamp numbers resonate for you. Maybe you can even see the piles shifting and moving, almost like they're breathing, right? That's the one for you. Or you can close your eyes and run the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and see which one of those numbers sort of pops out to you. But I'm going to help you with a little meditation. Okay, I love to meditate. I am an advocate of it, and I nag a little bit about everybody meditating because it's done so much for me, and it helps me to keep centered, and I enjoy it so much. So we're just going to do a little breathing meditation, a very quick one. Okay, and it's going to be, we're going to breathe in through our nose for 5. We're going to hold it at the top for 2, and we're going to push it out our mouth for 3. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring in new energy and push out the old. So that will help you to sit back into your intuition and pick just the right pile for you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our feet flat on the floor. We're going to put our hands in our lap with our palms up. And what that's going to do is it's going to root us to the earth and open us to the universe. And this way you can bring in all the information that you need from the universe so you pick just the right pile. Okay, so let's start now. Okay, so take all the time you need. Really sit and listen to your own intuition. Ask your higher self which one of these is right for you. And when you're ready, I'll see you at your reading. Bye, guys. Hello, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the hematite. So we're going to put that right up there. Now, if you're new here, let me explain. I do my readings a little bit differently because you may have guessed from the name of my channel, Blind Pomegranate Tarot that I am legally blind, visually impaired, and so I have a lot of friends who are as well. So what I will do is I lay out the cards and I will run through them one at a time and describe them so that those who can only hear it can participate in the same way that people who can see it. Okay? Also, this gives me a minute, an opportunity to go ahead and meditate on the cards as well so that I get the most information, that I sort of pull from my download and bring to the forefront from my subconscious the information that was supposed to be shared for this particular pile. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. The very first card you got was Judgment in the Tarot. Okay, the next card you got was the Ace of Pentacles. It is the Ace of Pentacles, yes. The Ace of Pentacles. Very interesting energy you have going on here. And then you got the Father of Cups. And those are your 3 tarot cards. I'm going to go ahead and keep running through these, and then I will tell you what I heard and what I saw, okay? And then for group 1, very interestingly, this card is an astrological card, and it was in the wrong deck, and it came flying out, and I asked, and Spirit said, yep, that's the one, keep it there. So I did. And you have the Moon, feelings. There's a theme starting here. And I'm going to set this one aside real quick. And then you received Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. Okay, and that is from the Wisdom cards. Is it Wisdom or Energy? Let's double check. In the timestamps below, you will see that I also record my shuffle. So if you'd like to look at that, I will, in there, I show you all of the decks that I used, okay? If that helps. And then you got relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. That's very interesting, very, very appropriate for this one, I think. There's a clear message here about your current state of energy and what your higher self would like you to focus more heavily on. And then you got the Flexibility card, and that is Brazilianite, and this is from the crystal cards. Flexibility. And then finally you got, and I find this very interesting, you got Direction Guardian. Choose your path. Okay, so when I sat and I meditated on this, and I pulled from the information that I had received from your higher self, I saw that you are very stuck, okay? That you are sort of lost in the direction that you want to go into. You're judging yourself quite a bit, and you're judging your choices quite a bit, and you're sort of stuck in your feelings, okay? You have an idea of which direction you want to go into. It's kind of a fresh new way of looking at your very earthly type 3D world, okay? And you definitely have an idea of which direction you want to go into, but you're judging yourself a lot, and you're very, very stuck, okay, in your feelings, okay? You have the King of, or the Father in this deck is the Father of Cups. To me, when I get the Father of Cups, I always see it as, I'm sorry, I bumped the camera there. I always see it as sort of the epitome of divine masculine and feminine in the tarot. Okay, sort of the combination of the both. And that the father, the mother, the cups are all about feelings, right? So this is why this card was stuck in there and why it needed to come out, because the Moon talks about your feelings. It also talks about hidden feelings. So I'm thinking that maybe you're not sharing enough, okay, with those around you, okay? Maybe because you don't have the right support system, okay? Maybe you even feel like you don't have the right support system to talk to. And as in this card says, I release the people who are no longer serving me, right? Those who cannot help me through this time in my life. You have something that is blocking your path to where you really want to go. It's both your own feelings. It's about judgment about your own feelings, about judgment about which direction you want to turn in. You are feeling very, very stuck. And so your higher self is telling you to, one, release those that no longer serve you. Release those things that no longer serve you, but to get out of your feelings a bit, okay? You're overthinking this far, far too much. You need to be a little bit more flexible, okay? A little bit more flexible with yourself, okay? Remember, this is your higher self talking here. You need to be more flexible with yourself. You need to be not so judgmental about where you may be going, what's happening in the future. You don't know, right? There are two things in the world, two times in the world that you can never change. This is the Buddha, and I'm butchering it, I'm sure. There are 2 days in your lifetime that you can never change, and that is yesterday and tomorrow. Okay? You can never change those things. One, because the one is gone, and the other one hasn't happened yet. So to sit in judgment over yourself about what happened in the past or what could be happening in the future is not going to help you at all. Okay? At all. The guardian here is telling you to choose a path. I think you have that path in mind. But your own feelings and your own judgment about whatever this new thing is that you've been thinking about doing is holding you back. That's the energy that's holding you back, is your feelings. It is your feelings. It is your overthinking. It is your what ifs. It is, well, this happened yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow. None of those things can help you, okay? That's not going to help you to grow. That's not going to help you to expand. And it certainly is not going to help you to release this blocking energy. This is a blocking energy of emotions, okay? So that's the energy that you need to work on. So what I would suggest, okay, as a way of sort of clearing this out, is a heart chakra meditation that can help you. First of all, stop judging yourself. Judgment is the blocking factor here in your feelings, in your emotions, okay? This can be for either male or female. Like I said, the Father of Cups always reminds me of both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, although we have the moon here as well. So your feelings about whatever it is that's going, maybe you're, I feel very much like you are so weary about what's going to happen in the future that you have dead stop. Okay. That's why this card is telling you, choose a path, make a choice, pick a direction. Okay. You're very much in need of making a decision. Okay. And your energy of overthinking through your emotions is blocking your path. And your higher self is telling you, choose a direction. You cannot choose wrong if you listen to your intuition, if you listen to yourself, okay? You need to be doing this for you, okay? You need to be doing this for you. Not for the relationships, not for the others in your life. You need to be doing this for you. I know that we've been taught all our lives how selfish that is. It's not, okay? It's not what your higher self wants for you. It's not what spirit wants for you. It's not what the universe wants for you. They want you to do this for you, because when you do, it benefits everyone. When you're unhappy, it makes everyone else unhappy. When you're happy, it makes everyone else happy, okay? If they truly love you, and if it's a relationship that is right for you, okay? So if you have some lingering friendship or association or associate, or this could be your job, this could be people you work with and that sort of thing that you feel are dragging you back, dragging you down, okay? It's time to let them go. That's what your higher self is telling you. I know that can be almost a grief, but every now and then we have to do that, don't we? We have to reevaluate what's right for us, because it's not their life, it's yours. It's not your existence, it's yours. And you need to stop judging yourself for it, and your higher self is telling you to choose a path. See how it says guardian? They're watching out for you. You have those watching out for you. Your higher self, your angels, your spirit guides, they're watching out for you. They see what you're going through. They know the struggle that you're feeling right now, that you're in your feelings too much, and that energy of feelings is what is blocking you right now. That's your energy check-in, okay? So do a heart chakra meditation, clear that energy out, okay? Get that thing spinning nice and clean again, and start thinking about you, okay? Start taking this path to whatever this is that you have chosen to do. You definitely have something on your mind, something new and fresh and energetic that you want to do. Stop judging it right now. Boy, are you judging. The very first card that came out is Judgment. You are judging yourself hard because it is followed then by the Father of Cups and by feelings. Okay, you are judging yourself hard, and you need to stop doing that. Your higher self is almost a little bit frustrated with you because they're like, pick a path, do it. Pick a path. There is no maybe humming and hawing about this, okay? Be flexible in your choices, but pick a path. They want you to just pick it and go with it. Run with it. Stop judging whether it's going to happen or not. Stop caring about if some random person in your life is going to think you're doing the right thing or not. Who cares? It's not their life. It's yours. You know, go for it. Do it. The door to personal healing and happiness is there. You just need to open it and walk through it and stop judging yourself and your feelings and what happened in the past and all of those things. You definitely have something, okay, that you have in mind that you want to do. So go for it. Your higher self is like, oh, if I was there, I would kick you right in the back end and make you do it. Okay, because this is choose a path. There's no two ways about that. Your higher self wants you to just do it. Just go for it. Stop humming and hawing about it. Just do it. And do it for yourself. And stop judging yourself. You can't fix what happened yesterday, and you can't make what happens tomorrow. So work with what you have right here, right now, today. Okay? Go for it. Jump it. Leap in. Feet first. Okay? Clear out those feeling energies, because that's what's holding you back. Clear it out. Push it away. Dust it away. That's your energy check-in. That's what's holding you down. That's what's holding you back. Your higher self is there to help push you forward if you let it. Okay? That was very interesting. I hope that helped you guys. I like that one a lot. I think we all need to hear this once in a while, huh? Little kick in the back end. Pick your path already and go for it. Do it. It'll all work out because you've got a very strong team behind you. That's clear here. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope I get to see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Group 2. You chose the Celestite cluster. I'll put that right up there. So let me explain, for those of you who are new here, I do my readings a little bit differently because I am legally blind, visually impaired, and I have friends who are as well. So I will lay out the cards and then run through them so that everyone who can only hear can participate as well as people who can see. Also, it gives me a minute to meditate on the cards so that I can pull to the front of my subconscious the information that I got from my meditation download for this reading. So, okay, honey bunnies, I'm going to go through this with you because this one is, you need some hugs. So I'm going to give you that, okay? I can tell that right away. And it's interesting, the cards that came out, Spirit never ceases to surprise me when these cards come out because they associate so closely. And wow. Okay, I hope by the end of this reading that I have shown you the love that you seem to be really searching for, okay? And I'm going to show you to love yourself as well, okay? But let's start at the beginning before we get into all that. So the very first card you got was the Fool in reverse. Yeah, lots of major arcana and love here, okay? The second card that you got is the Devil. Now, that's not the real devil, okay? We're not talking about the Christian version of the devil, okay? So don't let that panic you. I'll get back to that. And then you have the Two of Cups in reverse. Next to that, in your crystal card, you got Rose Quartz, which is, of course, the stone for love. And it is your inner child. Very interesting. Okay, and next, underneath that, you got Loneliness. Okay, and this is from your Soul's Journey deck. Okay, Loneliness. Next to that, we have, can you see that? There we go. The Snake. Shed your skin. Shed your skin. And then your final card you got was Victory, which I love. I love that for this. So, let's start with the tarot. And what this is telling me, okay, is that the Devil card usually is about obsessive behavior, okay? Obsessive thoughts is what I'm getting from this, okay? The Fool in reverse is kind of a message of it's time to stop seeing things the way that you've been seeing them. Stop seeing yourself and love the way you've been seeing it, okay? The Two of Cups is always about relationships. It's always about love. And it's in reverse here, which means the love is pouring out instead of you being able to drink from it. The Rose Quartz, your inner child. This is something that you learned as a child, okay? You learned as a child, all right? This is something you've been doing all your life, that love has a price to pay. And that's not true, okay? It's not true. It just is not. There is no price to pay for love. Love is something that everybody deserves. Everybody has, that comes naturally. This is something the universe wants for you. This is something that they want you to want for you. And this is most definitely something that your higher self is telling you. It's time to heal that inner child. Okay? Time to heal whatever that wound was that you received as a child that has brought you to the point where you obsess about not having love in your life, not having the love that you want. When in fact, your higher self wants you to know it's time to stop being lonely because you have you. You have you, okay? You're feeling very lonely, that's clear. You're feeling very obsessed with, I don't have love, that's clear. And that it comes from your childhood, okay? But it's time with the Snake card. It's time to shed that old skin. It's time to shed those old beliefs. It's time to shed those old feelings that you can't have it, that there is none there for you, that you obsess about where it is and why hasn't it come yet, and who is it and where is it. And if you're someone who is really obsessively thinking about it, but moreover, maybe you watch a lot of love readings on YouTube, it's time to stop doing that. I will be honest with you, I don't do love readings, okay? Every now and then, obviously, they pop up, okay? But I don't do it, and I don't do it for a very specific reason, and that is because love is probably the most personal, most valuable thing that we have. But more importantly, love for ourselves is the most valuable gift that we have to give to ourselves, okay? And so I don't, now, this is not I'm not picking on any reader that does this. I think some of them are amazing at this because they have the ability to tap into that much more easily than, say, I do. But I, for myself, don't do it because I focus fully on what the love is that you have for you. You cannot bring love into your life if you do not love yourself first. And this is something that you learned a very long time ago. It's a childhood wound, that there's a cost to love. There's a price to love. There's a price you have to pay to get it. And all it's caused for you is endless loneliness. Because whatever it is that you were taught in your childhood, if there was some price to pay from parents, okay, in order to get love, you had to do something to receive it. You had to be the perfect child. You had to give the perfect amount. You had to be quiet. You had to do all those things that they told you have to do in order to receive love, in order to be good enough to get it. All of those things, my love, are a lie. It's time to shed that skin that you were given, okay? That old skin that you were given as a child. It's time to let that go. When you can do that, you will be victorious. For you, remember, this is your higher self talking here, okay? It is your higher self telling you, if you want to be victorious in love, if you really want what the true love is, okay, that's love for you, of course. You have to have that first. Then you can be victorious. But this is something that you really have created, this idea of what love is based on what you'd been told for so long. And so you obsess about trying to find it. And what do I need to do? And what do I need to change? And what's wrong with me? And how come I can't get it? You can, but you have to start with yourself. Loneliness over not having love is just an obsession for you, okay? if you love yourself, you will never be lonely. Okay? If you can look at yourself and say, I am so wonderful just as I am, then the person that is right for you will come through. But first you have to shed that old idea that you are unlovable, or that they're, mostly what I'm getting here is that you have been taught, the Fool in reverse, you have been taught a certain way of having to do things in order to receive love, and it's wrong. And your higher self is telling you that's enough. Shed that snakeskin. It's time for you to shed that from yourself so that you can be in love with yourself, and then bring the love that you've obsessed over for so long to you so easily. When you are strong and love yourself, then the loneliness will go away. Then the love you're looking for will come in. Let go of what you've been taught as a child. So many of us live through the eyes of our parents, live through the eyes of their parents and their parents and their, it is generational, yes? But when you can shed it, okay, which is what your higher self is telling you to do, you can be victorious in it. I love that you got the victory card, because this is telling me that you have the ability to do this. You 100% have the ability to shed that skin of the stories you were told about what love is, and what you have to give, and what you have to give up about yourself in order to get it. That you have to be the perfect child, and you have to be the perfect person, you have to be the perfect girlfriend, the perfect boyfriend, and you have to have the perfect job, and you have to, all of that, you have to give up of yourself. All of that is not true. Because as you were made, as you were created, as you chose to come back in this lifetime as, is not only just good enough, honey, it is magnificent. And when you can start to recognize that, okay, about yourself, and let this go, all the love that you've been seeking, that you've been obsessing over, that you think about constantly, okay, will come to you victoriously. I promise it will. I know it sounds a lot harder to do, okay, than it is, but I promise you it's not. It's that immediate shedding of that old thought pattern that is going to bring love into your life the way you deserve it. Because when you shed those old ideas, then you start to love yourself. Then the right person will come along in divine timing, and the universe will bring you exactly who you need. I promise that's how it will work. Your higher self is telling you you can be victorious. But the energy that you're blocking here, okay, is your own heart. It's interesting because the first group was also about clearing your heart chakra, okay, and maybe doing a little bit of energy work on your heart chakra to help you to clear all of this out. This has definitely been a theme for this energy check-in. So far, we're only on group 2, but the fact that it's happened twice is remarkable. But this one is very, very clear. It's very clear about sort of how you've been thinking about yourself for a very long time. I hope that that helped you guys. If you have any questions, please absolutely ask me. I'm happy to help. Shed that skin. Shed that old skin, that old thought pattern of a child. You'll be victorious. Your higher self is telling you you will. You can believe yourself. Believe in you. Okay? Love and light, sweet people. Bye-bye. Hello, group 3. So you chose our little agate here with the, I'm not sure what it is. It was a gift, but I really love it. It's very smooth, but a little bit rough at the same time. So that may be, as I'm seeing here, let me describe you a little bit. So, for those of you who are new here, let me explain how I work. I'm legally blind, and so therefore I have a lot of friends who are as well. And I'm sorry if you can hear the doggies playing in the background, but in this house, we just let them play. Anyway, so what I do is I lay out the cards, okay, and then I run through them one by one, and then we discuss what I'm seeing. This also gives me an opportunity to sit with the cards and meditate on them a little bit and pull the information out from my my meditation download. So I make sure that I get you all the information that Spirit wants to tell you, okay? Or in this case, your higher self. In doing this, it helps those who cannot see to hear it and participate equally with those who can see it, okay? So this is very interesting. I think that this is very much a layout for career. And that, well, we'll get into it and I'll tell you all about it. Your first card that came out was the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The second card that came out in the tarot was the Father of Wands. And the third card that came out was the Five of Swords upright. Next to that, in your crystal cards, because remember we are talking about your energy and what might be blocking you or what's coming your way. And so I pulled crystal cards, and this one is Azurite, and it says Expanded Awareness. Love that one. Under that, from the Soul's Journey deck, you received Balance. I live in perfect balance. I bring in perfect balance. That I will get back to that because that's very significant to this. And then you got, let's see if we can get that into focus there. Traveler, move in a new direction. There's definitely a story happening here. Okay. And then the final card that you got, do you see that? Attachment. Attachment. So let's start at the top. I do believe that this is very much career-oriented reading, but you can apply it to many different things. But as I was seeing it, that's what I was seeing. Okay. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Ten of Pentacles, if it's upright, means that you have all the success that you want. In reverse means, well, there's a little bit of a struggle there. Okay. You're missing something. Something's not quite in line as you want it to be. Okay, there's some energy blocking there. Okay, the second card you got was the Father of Wands. Okay, now he is a very creative. He can make things happen through his creativity, through inspiration. This is a very inspired father. Of course, would be the King of Wands. Okay, so creativity, your sacral and your solar plexus. Okay, so that's where we're going for your energy blockage. Okay, because you have here the Five of Swords. Now that is a struggle. Okay, so you have two struggles and you're in the middle. Okay, you are the Father of Wands. You are, this doesn't necessarily have to be masculine, of course, but it's just a very strong, very creative individual, someone who can be very artsy, or can be a musician, or can be just somebody who can create and innovate, okay, in a very creative way. But you have some struggle on both sides, getting to where you want to be. Okay, so Azurite, here we have Expanded Awareness. Okay, moving on to your this is the Soul's Journey card, Balance. Okay, and then move in a new direction and attachment. So what this is telling me, okay, is that you need to expand your thought process. What's blocking you is a sort of narrow-minded pathway of thinking about whatever this is that you are trying to create, that you're sort of stuck in going this one direction for this idea, for this, what you're looking to manifest. I'm kind of surprised that the Magician didn't come out here at some point, but I didn't pull that many tarot cards, so they had very specific ones that they wanted to see. So you've chosen a path and you're walking down it, okay, and you're kind of stuck there. Okay, the Traveler card is telling you to take a different direction, to take balance in what you're doing, okay, and take balance in how you're thinking about this. I think it's time for you to expand which direction you want to go with this idea that you have, because very clearly you have something that I think can be very, very successful for you. Okay, turn that Ten of Pentacles right side up and remove the Five of Swords. I think that you need balance in what you're doing to manifest this. Okay, that could be that you are way working too much. Okay, that you are someone who is so hyper focused on creating this new adventure in your life. Okay, that you are blocking yourself in doing so because you don't have the balance in your life. Maybe it's time to take a break, walk away for a half a minute, and you'd be amazed at if you expand your awareness about what you're thinking this should be, you may end up, something will pop into your forefront and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's the direction I need to go into. And that's why I'm blocked, because I have taken my idea and I have so narrowly pushed it together that there's no room for anything to come in. Okay. So when we sort of sit back, right, and open up our creativity, because you're a very creative human being. Okay. I can see that very clearly. And start to use that creativity again, as opposed to being locked into one idea of how this thing should work out, you'll find that when you expand your awareness of what it is that you really truly want, that something else will come along and you will start to go on a different path, and you'll start to take this idea in a different direction, and you'll be like, that's what it was. That's the direction I needed to go into. So what I would suggest for you is to work on meditating on your sacral and your solar plexus chakras. I'm sorry about the dogs, okay? I'm very, very sorry. But if you do that, then you will find that you can go into a different direction altogether. Sorry about that, guys. I needed to just let the dogs bark it out. All right. So when you can, look at what you're trying to create in a different way. When you can release how you have sort of narrow-mindedly shut this down into this is how it has to be, okay? Then you can release it, right? Release it into the universe, release it to your higher self. Let it come to you naturally, okay? In balance, okay? Then you can clear out that energy that has you stuck. I can see here that you're very, very stuck. You have an amazing idea going on. You have something that you're really, really working hard at. And it's this amazing creative idea that you have, but you're feeling really, really stuck. It's because Spirit's trying to tell you there's actually a different path you need to be taking. So expand your awareness. Sit back into it. Take it on a different path, even if you're just sort of experimenting with it, and see where that takes you. So if you spend some time clearing out your sacral and your solar plexus, right? Your sacral is where all of your creativity comes from, and your solar plexus is where all of your inspiration comes from, right? Your instinct comes from. And if you can sort of clear those out and get that energy back into balance, right? This new path that will take this amazing idea that you have, this amazing creativity that you have, into a new direction will just sort of pop right up for you, and it will just show itself, right? And you'll be able to let go of any attachment to how you thought it should go, and where the direction it really is going is just going to amaze you. I think it's going to be really beautiful. And I think that for some of you, this actually is a spiritual path that you're on. And that it's a very spiritual, creative path that you're on. And if you do these things, right, that will open up vastly for you. So whatever this wonderful, beautiful idea is that you have, this creative burst that you've had, and you're feeling a little bit stuck in it, like you don't know where to go next. We all go through that. I go through that. Everyone does. If you can sit in balance, maybe take a few days off. I have a very strong feeling that some of you are not taking enough time for yourself, that you're so hyper-focused on this right now. And why isn't this working? I know it's a great idea. I know it's an amazing creative thing that I'm doing. Why isn't it working? That it's time to step back, add a little balance of something else into your life, right? It's kind of like you can't eat the same food every single day and expect it to taste different the next day. It's not going to. Throw a little spice in there, okay? Take a couple of days off and sit back and think about something completely different. That's going to clear out that energy, okay? It's going to clear out this blockage for you and get you back on track. And you're going to find that the path that you thought it was taking you down is something totally different and way better, okay? I can see that very clearly here. Let go, detach from what you think it is. And oh, I can't wait. You know what? Let me know what this is, because I'd love to know what this path, this creative idea that you have is, because I think that you can turn your 10 of Pentacles right side up, and I think you can get rid of this stuck 5 of Swords and rebalance. And I think that you're going to find an amazing new path, that you're going to take this magnificent idea down. I think that's really cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I love this one. Love and light, and good luck to you. Bye, guys. Hello, group 4. How are you today? Somebody's an old soul. Hello. I love this one. This one is really cool. You chose the pyrite, which is also known as fool's gold. I love this. I love this one for you guys. When I saw it, I was like, somebody's been around for a long time. Hello, Sage. How are you? So this is very cool. So let me explain before I get into all of that, because I'm gushing about you guys. You're really cool. I read a little bit differently because I am legally blind, visually impaired. I will lay out the cards and then I will run through them, okay, so that those of my friends who are also visually impaired or blind can experience the same cards the same way somebody who can see them is. It also gives me the opportunity to sort of sit and meditate on this, but I didn't have to do it for long. I was like, boom, I know who you are. This is really cool. So we'll go through this real quick. Let me tell you right now, you don't have any energy blockages. That is really cool. Okay. But there's a little bit of advice here, but not much. You guys kind of got this nailed. So I think this is going to be a pretty quick reading. But let's start at the beginning, okay? So the very first card you got was the Hierophant. Very cool. Okay. And then the next card that you got in the tarot, excuse me, is, now I can't remember. I was gushing so much about this. It's the Five of Cups. Sorry, Five of Cups. Okay. That one in there lies a little bit of a message for you, but we'll get back to that. Okay. And then you got the Four of Pentacles. You're very balanced. You're very balanced. I love that. And then moving on, and your crystal cards, because remember, we're asking about your higher self and energies and that sort of thing. So I always pull crystal cards for that. And you got Tanzanite, Clarity. I love that. Okay, and then I'm going to come, well, let's start down here. And then you got Peace. I love that. Okay, that is your Soul's Journey card. Okay, and then you got, this one is Guardian Angel, which means you've got a lot of guardian angels around you. So very, very cool. You've got, you're very in tune. You're very tapped in. I love that. I love that. Okay, and your final card that you got is Healer of Ages. I love that. Very cool. So, Healer of Ages. So, the very first thing I heard when I was doing this was sage. Okay, that you are a sage. You are someone who's been around for a long, long time and you know what you're doing. Okay, you have a very clear, very clear knowledge of your spiritual journey, of the journey that you're on, of the fact that you are clearly a healer. I can see that very clearly, that you are very in tune with your, not just your guardian angels, but your spirit guides, and you're very at peace. I love this. I love this. You guys are very cool. I can tell that you are, wow, that you are very spiritual people, that you are on a spiritual journey that is expansive, that is, wraps your soul. Okay. It really enraptures who you are. You are in your bliss right now. Okay. So the idea that you have any energy blocking you is, if there is, it's very little. Okay. You're very wise when it comes to these sort of things. You have one little message here, and that is in the Five of Cups. And fives are generally a little bit of a struggle, and the cups are your feelings. Okay. So, a lot of times when we have a spiritual enlightening, okay, when we're going through our spiritual awakening, we'll go through our bliss moment, but we will also feel a lot of grief. And I think that's where this comes in. There's grief. It's even painful sometimes to go through a spiritual awakening because we are expanding our souls. We are expanding our minds. We are expanding our understanding of the universe. And so the things that we used to cling on to can now look to us to be, what was I doing? What was I thinking? I need to get rid of that out of my life. That no longer serves me and it needs to go. And so there can be that little bit of grief. Okay. And so you'll feel a little bit of pain in this. I think that's the one message, that you're feeling a little bit of that, that time in your spiritual awakening, and we all go through it, where you're feeling it's painful, and can almost be not just emotionally painful, but it can be physically painful as well. You're becoming much more empathetic, okay? And it can feel almost, you may even suffer from like panic attacks or that sort of thing. And that's you feeling so much about everything, okay? Knowing what you know now, okay? Experiencing that bliss, and then comes along the pain. And so there's that little bit of ache that goes along with a spiritual awakening. There is. But know that, and I love this, that it has a feather on here. If you start to see feathers here and there, that's definitely your angels, right? Sending you a message. So keep an eye out for repeating numbers and that sort of thing. You probably already see that, and you probably already know that. Look who I'm talking to, right? But but you are definitely a sage about your awakening. You have clarity, that is for sure. You have clarity, and what it is, it's bringing you a lot of peace. That's beautiful. You're very in touch with your higher self, with your angels, with your ancestors and your spirit guides. And you are a healer, that is for sure. Healing yourself, for sure, and healing others as well. You are the Hierophant. You are the one people go to for advice. I think that's very cool. I would very much like to sit and chat with you. I think that we could talk for hours, I think, you and I. I love this. I think that you're a very cool person. I'd love to do that. If this resonates for you, I'd love to hear it down below. You know, drop me a little a feather emoji if that resonates for you. I'll know exactly who you are if you do that. But yeah, the only thing that I would say to you from this is to really focus in on, you may even be going through a dark night of the soul. And so it can be very, very painful to go through those emotions. But just sit with them, understand them, know them, and release them. That's for sure, because you've got the balance going here. You know what you're doing, and you're on the right path. I think that's very cool. It's very obvious to me here, and that you're in touch with who you need to. So, go to your angels if you need some advice, but keep an eye out for those feathers. Keep an eye out for those angel numbers, that sort of thing for you. I think will be very, very helpful for you. But you're well on your way. I think that's very cool, and I think that you share a lot of this information with others. And you're someone that people go to for advice about your spiritual awakening and what you've been through, and that's how you're healing people. You may actually be a healer, a light worker, a Reiki master, that kind of thing. I think it's beautiful. So I didn't need to tell you guys that much, because you got your thing going. You already know you're a sage, that's for sure. I think you've been doing this for a long, long time. Actually, I would love to do a past life reading for you. For who this pile is resonating for, I'd love to do your past life readings. I think that they would be really, really cool. But drop me a little feather emoji if I rang your bell on this one, and I'll know exactly who you are. It's very cool. Love and light to you, my sage, my friend. Bye-bye. See you next time.